You're watching ABC 7 News at 5:30.
Welcome back. The new Venice Public Library has been under construction for more than a year now, and it's set to officially open on December 15th.
Officials have raised funds to add state-of-the-art details to the building and now are hoping to go even further. ABC 7's Rebecca Fernandez joins us live now from Venice with details on this new part of the project. Rebecca?
Hey guys, well, they were able to raise close to $1 million since construction began, and now they hope to raise $260,000 additional dollars. They say that's the price it'll take for the library to go green. The new William H. Jervey Venice Public Library looks almost ready to open, but officials say there is one thing missing: solar energy. They kicked off their fundraising efforts this week in hopes of installing solar panels on the roof. It would make it the third government structure in Sarasota County to use solar energy.
This Go Green for Venice, Light Up Our Library campaign gives people an opportunity to be able to give to sustainable energy and to make our library even more resilient and a real beacon for green energy in this county.
If anybody would like to donate towards the goal, they can reach out to the Friends of the Venice Public Library. Live in Venice, Rebecca Fernandez, ABC 7, your Suncoast News. Back to you guys.
Rebecca, thank you. An update now on the Florida man accused of sending pipe bombs to prominent critics of President Trump. Cesar Sayoc has pleaded not guilty to charges carrying a potential mandatory penalty of life in prison. Sayoc was arrested back on October 26 outside an auto parts store in Plantation, Florida. Investigators say he sent improvised explosive devices to numerous Democrats, critics of President Trump, and CNN. His trial date has now been set for July 15th of next year.
New developments now on murdered Washington Post writer Jamal Khashoggi. Saudi Arabia's top prosecutors announced they are seeking the death penalty for 5 of 11 people accused in his death. Saudi officials claimed an unnamed man ordered that operation, but they insist that the unnamed man is not the Saudi crown prince. Saudi authorities say a sedative overdose was used following a fight at the Saudi Arabia embassy in Turkey last month.
The method of murder is as follows: a quarrel, a fight, tying up the victim, and injecting him with an overdose of a sedative that led to his death. We have identified the person who ordered the murder and those who performed it. They are 5 people whose confessions matched.
The Saudis initially denied any knowledge of the journalist's death and before admitting a group of rogue operators were responsible. Attorney Michael Avenatti has been arrested on domestic violence charges. Police in Los Angeles say a report was taken on Tuesday and Avenatti was taken into custody on Wednesday. It's unclear who claims those domestic violence issues happened. Avenatti bonded out of jail on Wednesday night, saying he has never struck a woman and never will.
Well, let's change course here and talk about our weather, because I think it's on everyone's minds because it's significantly cooler today. Let's get over to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for more.
That's right. Dust off the jackets, the sweaters, the boots. You're going to have a chance to wear them tomorrow. Make sure you bundle up the kids, too, as they go off to school. They're going to be kind of cold. In fact, temperatures will be upper 40s, low 50s to start the day on Friday. On top of that, a little bit of a wind will make it feel all that much colder. It is going to be a big change from what we've had in the morning hours. I know this morning's lows were in the low 70s. Tomorrow, as I said, pretty cold, upper 40s, low 50s. A gray-looking winter day here along Sarasota Bay. This is what you get when you get a front. You get these low clouds coming in. That cold air moves over the relatively warmer water of the Gulf of Mexico, creates these stratus clouds, we're called, and they do produce some sprinkles occasionally and some drizzle, and that's what we saw today with some rainfall. These clouds will be clearing overnight, and that will allow that temperature to drop. It won't drop so much over the next couple of hours. In fact, up until around 10 o'clock tonight. And then once skies clear after midnight, we'll see those lows into the upper 40s inland, low 50s to mid 50s right near the beaches. And it looks as though we'll see right around 50 degrees at Lakewood Ranch tonight under generally fair skies. That'll be tomorrow morning, right around 7 a.m. is when we'll see the coldest air. 67 degrees right now, the humidity at 70%. We have that the northwest wind at 12. Once that wind becomes more northerly as opposed to that westerly component, that's when we'll start to see those temperatures fall even further tomorrow morning. As far as those winds go now, pretty strong Anna Maria, anywhere from 10 to 20 miles an hour across the Suncoast. And those winds will stay pretty brisk overnight, too. And throughout the day tomorrow, 10 to 15 mile an hour winds out of the north will just keep that cold air coming down south. We'll have more on the weekend weather forecast in just a few minutes. Jacqueline?
All right, Bob, thank you. Red tide may be better than it has been in recent months, but it is still on the minds of many people across the Suncoast. Today, Sarasota County's University of Florida Extension Office is hosting a panel of experts to talk about the science behind the harmful algae blooms and the ongoing impacts of red tide across the state. Topics will include stormwater management, climate change, blue-green algae, and overflow from Lake Okeechobee. It is all free and runs this evening from 6 to 7:30 p.m. at the Ringling College Auditorium.
The corner of US 41 and Stickney Point Road in Sarasota has sat vacant now for more than a decade. That's where Benderson Development wants to build condos, shops, a restaurant, and a hotel and call it Siesta Promenade. The development has been in the works for several years now. Right now, Benderson officials are presenting updates on the project to the county's Planning Commission, and then the public will have a chance to voice their concerns. Benderson says Siesta Promenade will create over 250 jobs and $10 million in tax revenue, but many who work or live near the property have been protesting and signing petitions against the development.
We had over 1,300 signatures on there just through social media sharing. We did have a demonstration here on Veterans Day on Sunday. Had over 165 people out here for an hour, really, trying to say, we don't want this density. We understand that Benderson has a right to develop this property, but they should not be developing it at the intensity and density of use that they are requesting.
While some people are concerned the development will be too close to their property, others are worried about traffic being directed into their neighborhood, which has narrow roads.
Well, Thanksgiving is officially a week away from today, and efforts are underway to make sure everyone on the Suncoast has a hot meal. Today, a team at Hendrick Honda of Bradenton gave out over 100 meals to those who could not afford it otherwise. A lot of that food was donated by employees of the dealership. The rest was donated by the Food Bank of Manatee County.
We're a successful, award-winning dealership. The only way we can do that is be involved in the community. Mr. Hendrick makes it one of his top priorities that we give back to those that give to us.
People who stopped by would drive up and a team would load boxes and bags of food into their cars. Included in that food handed out today, fresh fruits, vegetables, and full turkeys.
Good job.
Yeah.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight.
We'll tell you how a Florida community helped a cancer-stricken grandmother go to Disney World with her grandkids.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
Rugs as Art. You know the name, you know the building, but do you know what's inside? Yes, Rugs as Art is Florida's #1 area rug superstore, but there is so much more. Amazing furniture, accessories, and art. All this and more. Come see for yourself. You'll love our personal touch and be pleasantly surprised by our affordable prices. Rugs as Art and more. There is so much more to explore.
Happy Honda Days are here, and you're gonna like the holiday clearance savings. Save on the Accord, on sale for just $249 a month. That's the North American car of the year for less than the competition. Our most impressive Honda ever, on clearance for only $249 a month, loaded with more options, including a turbocharged engine and Honda Sensing. Do not miss these Honda clearance savings this week at your local Honda dealer.
According to Golf Digest, 2 of the nation's top golf resorts are on the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, the Alberto Palaika Marriott at Grand National, and the Renaissance Ross Bridge Golf Resort and Spa in Birmingham. Plus, the Marriott at Grand National was recognized as Hotel of the Year by Marriott International. Experience luxury and world-class golf Southern style. Visit rtjgolf/resorts or call 800-949-4444 to book your trip to the trail.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Watch ABC7 wherever you are on our live stream on mysuncoast.com, on the ABC7 My Suncoast app, powered by the Eye Associates, providing sight for life, featuring traffic maps and live radar, dining with recipes, and My Suncoast restaurant guide. Visit mysuncoast.com. Click on the Apps tab to download the ABC7 My Suncoast app for Apple and Android.
We're losing exotic animals on a daily basis, and the ones that we have in captivity are really the ambassadors for their wild counterparts. I'm Clayton Rozier from the Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary, housing over 150 exotic animals that needed a great home. And if you love animals, please help them. Do it locally. Support your local no-kill shelters, your local wild animal sanctuaries. Make a difference where you can.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
A Florida woman suffering from an aggressive form of lung cancer has a wish. She wants to see Disney World with her grandkids, but she can't afford it. As Landrew Lofholm reports from Fort Pierce, the community stepped in to make it happen.
You don't normally choose your family, but this story is an exception.
I tell everybody, Chris is my brother, Corey is my sister.
It was a legal promise 3 years ago, a contingency plan just in case. Chris Gamble has been Linda's supervisor at the Fairwinds Golf Course in St. Lucie County for 20 years. They became friends, and now they're family.
If it wasn't for Chris and Corey, I probably couldn't have adopted my kids.
That's because when Linda took custody of her grandkids 3 years ago, she had to find someone to agree to adopt them if something ever happened to her. Chris and his wife Corey stepped right up.
We all started spending time together. We spent holidays together and getting to know each other so that, you know, if something should happen, the transition could happen less painfully than if they were to go with strangers.
2 months later, Linda was diagnosed with an aggressive form of lung cancer.
My baby wanted to go to Disney World, and we wanted this to come true, that he go to Disney World. So if anything happened to me, he could say, I enjoyed Disney World with my grandma.
Enter Big Apple Pizza here in Fort Pierce. They hosted a fundraiser here to make sure Disney would happen. Linda, as she always does, smiling and dancing all the way to Main Street, USA.
I'm gonna whoop this. I'm not gonna let it get the best of me. And I'm gonna enjoy my kids and enjoy my boss, and wherever I go, I'm gonna just enjoy life.
If, you know, they do lose their grandma, it's going to be hard, but we're going to do everything we can to make it as easy as possible.
The fundraiser brought in about $7,000 for that trip and counting. Young and her grandkids will be headed to Disney World on Monday.
Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Well, good evening, everyone. We're looking at a cloudy day today, at least the afternoon. Some showers around as well. This is a cold front, the strongest one of the season thus far, which will bring a big chill tomorrow morning. We're talking lows, upper 40s to low 50s. That's right. And that means temperatures aren't going to warm up all that much tomorrow either on a north wind. We're looking for highs only into the mid to upper 60s tomorrow. Chilly night ahead, though. The heaters will be kicking on. You may smell some burning as a result of the dust that's been sitting on those, again, that furnace of yours for a while. So, again, should not be a big factor as far as that goes. Sunshine, but cool on Friday. We'll see high temperatures well below seasonal averages. And then the weekend is looking spectacular. High pressure builds in, lots of sunshine. Temperatures will start to rebound, too. After a pretty cold start Saturday morning, you'll see temperatures again in the 40s on Saturday morning across places along the Sun Coast. Now, we're not dealing with this, though. This is a terrible situation. Lots of heavy snow falling now in New York, stretching through Pennsylvania, all the way into northeast Ohio tonight. And they're not done yet. There's another clipper system coming yet. The extended cold front now is from that all the way down to our south now. Winter storm warnings are in effect, covering a good deal of the northeast from Maine all the way down into West Virginia. So we had the front move through, at least the prefrontal trough overnight. That brought us some rainfall. Nothing strong as expected. And then the secondary line of showers you see here is the actual cold front. That brought us that light rain throughout the late morning and early afternoon. Most of that rain is gone. There's still a few showers off in the Gulf. We could still see a few sprinkles around town for the next couple of hours. Temperatures already down into the 40s over the Panhandle, 56 in Jacksonville, 10 degrees warmer in Sarasota now, same in Mayaca City and Bradenton. The Gulf water temperature now at 78. Temperatures will be pretty cold to start things off tomorrow morning, into the upper 40s well east of I-75, low 50s near the coast, and will warm up only into the mid-60s. There'll be plenty of sunshine around, though. It won't be as windy. It'll still be a bit breezy out of the north at around 10 to 15 miles an hour, so it'll make it feel pretty cold in the morning. We could get some wind chill factors into the low 40s tomorrow. That's what it'll feel like if you step out there in the wind. Well, for Friday at 9 a.m., looks like temperature still only into the mid-50s here, and then we'll warm up into the afternoon at 2 o'clock, 66 degrees. As we take a look at time, and then again at 6 o'clock, 64, we'll get down into the 40s. You'll see it there real quickly, 49 in Sarasota at around 7 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. If you have an early tennis match or a walk or a bike ride, it's going to be pretty cold to start things off on Saturday morning. But this is what I'm talking about. By the afternoon, though, we're going to be back in the mid-70s to upper 70s. While this storm will depart over the northeast, still causing problems with snow in Ohio. Here comes that Clipper system I mentioned, more snow from Pennsylvania through Ohio and in New York. Another one behind that will move through. So winter starting to move in pretty quickly, and we still have a couple of weeks left of fall. This is a storm system that will move across the Gulf, which could bring us some rainfall on in through, it looks like, maybe even Black Friday. So if you're going to be out there waiting in lines, there could be some showers around. We'll have to wait and see. That's a long way off still. 67 degrees right now. The high today was actually right around 2 o'clock this afternoon, got up to 74, below the average. So far, the low 68. That number will change by midnight. We should be right around 63 degrees. Well, nationally, quiet over the central U.S. Temperatures are pretty cold over the Great Lakes, into the 30s there in Cleveland and Toronto and Chicago, 33 in St. Louis. And as far as highs go tomorrow, only in the 30s and 40s from Boston over to Chicago, 69 in Dallas. For boaters tomorrow, still exercise caution. Winds will be still brisk out of the north at 15 knots. Here's the extended forecast, and as we see it, nice weekend ahead. Temperatures are very cold to start things off, though, on both Friday and Saturday. Good for Thanksgiving Day. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you. Breaking news just into our newsroom. Unofficial Florida election results show that the governor's race seems to be settled after a machine recount, but the U.S. Senate race is likely headed now to a hand recount. Recount results show that Republican Ron DeSantis is virtually assured of winning the nationally watched governor's race over Democrat Andrew Gillum. Florida finished a machine recount this afternoon that showed Gillum without enough votes to force a manual recount. But the margin between U.S. Senator Bill Nelson and Governor Rick Scott is still thin enough to trigger a second review. State law requires a hand recount of races with margins of 0.25 percentage points or less. Counties have until Sunday now to inspect the ballots that did not record a vote when put through machines. The election will then be certified on Tuesday.
Well, the kids may not want to hear this one. According to a recent study, most people want to stop giving gifts over the holiday season. But before you throw your list of presents out the window, listen up. There are some stipulations that Mary Maloney can explain.
As the holiday shopping season kicks into high gear, a SunTrust study shows many people would rather skip the gifts.
Almost 7 out of 10 people would give up giving gifts or exchanging gifts this holiday season if their friends and family agreed to it. And what the survey also found is that 43% of people, they feel pressured to overspend, maybe even beyond what they can.
Instead, 60% of the more than 2,000 surveyed online say they would rather spend time with friends and family.
The majority of Americans would give up gifts for gatherings, which is nice.
If you do decide to shop,
we recommend maybe going a little old school. So identifying that budget and that limit, maybe pulling out cash and then realizing when that cash is gone, it's time to slow things down. Or if you like to shop online, it's kind of setting that limit and maybe looking at using your debit card just to avoid overspending.
And perhaps have a conversation with your loved ones. It may save you some financial stress while making the holidays more meaningful.
I think we need to remove this burden from ourselves to spend all this money on gifts and realize that this survey really shows that our friends and family are thinking the same thing. It's really about the time that we spend with them as opposed to just the gifts that we're giving.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Mary Maloney.
Well, I like that thought. It's all about spending time with your family and friends during the holiday season.
That comes first.
Yes.
Yeah. Entertainment news is next.
Get more for your money during the Subaru Share the Love event at Sunset Subaru. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Outback is an IIHS top safety pick for 10 years running. Lease a new Subaru Outback today for just $275 a month, or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Celebrate New Year's Eve at the Van Wezel. Madison's presents the Sweet Caroline Tour, a Neil Diamond concert celebration starring the #1 Neil Diamond performer in the world, Jay White. Proceeds benefit Sarasota's Parkinson Place and the Parkinson Research Foundation in their first ever community fundraiser. Individual tickets and full access VIP packages available now at vanwezel.org. Space is limited. That's vanwezel.org.
In life after the military, it's our duty as veterans to have each other's back. I'm retired Colonel Greg Gatson, and it's my mission to help you get the benefits and services you've earned. If you need to file a VA claim, remember these important steps. Submit an online claim through ebenefits.va.gov. Work with an accredited Veteran Service Organization, or VSO. And if you need to attend a VA claim exam, please go. Visit this website to learn what to expect.
Now to country music's big night, the CMA Awards delivering big performances from the top stars and some surprises, including a baby gender announcement. Laura Spencer has more.
On country music's biggest night, Luke Bryan got the crowd going with the opening number. The song, What Makes You Country, accompanied by some special friends like Luke Combs, who took home New Artist of the Year. Co-host Brad Paisley and Carrie Underwood, back for the 11th straight year, quickly turning on the fun, paying tribute to one of the year's biggest movies.
Uh-oh, Carrie, look, A Star Is Born.
The crowd loved their spoof on A Star Is Born.
Keith just nodded off on Nicole's shoulder.
Underwood even revealing she's carrying a boy.
Waylon or Willie?
No.
Come on, come on. We all want to know. Just tell us. I want to know.
No.
Tell me.
Oh my gosh, Willie! It's a Willie.
We won't always see eye to eye.
The most nominated artist of the night, Chris Stapleton, cleaned up, winning Single of the Year, Song of the Year, and Male Vocalist of the Year.
I want to thank my kids who put up with me not getting to be as good of a dad as I would always like to be. You share me with all these people, and I appreciate it.
But when it came time for Album of the Year,
It'll be alright.
Casey Musgraves shut out the male-dominated field.
And country music is full of, historically great women.
Garth Brooks, who early in the night called for a moment of silence for the borderline shooting victims, performed Stronger Than Me, a tribute to his wife, Trisha Yearwood, which left her in tears. And Nicole Kidman, also visibly emotional after her husband Keith Urban brought home Entertainer of the Year.
Everybody who voted for this, thank you so much.
I just feel very, very blessed, very grateful that I get to do what I do. And God bless country music. God bless you all. Thank you.
Certainly some great performances last night. One of my favorites, Love Wins by Carrie Underwood. She just blew it out of the water.
Did she?
Yeah.
Awesome. We'll be right back with more news. Stay with us.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
It's year-end clearance time at every Gettle location. Over 3,000 new vehicles, over 1,000 used vehicles on clearance right now at Gettle.com. And Gettle Pre-Owned Certified Plus means buying with peace of mind. Get credit help, fast cash for your car, and year-end clearance prices right now at a Gettle dealership near you. Gettle's got it. At Gettle.com.